back to Reads and Threads. My name's Kate. Hello if you're new here. Welcome back if you're joining us again. Today I thought we would finally run through my haul that I got while going to Babe for the first time in Sydney at the end of May. So I did manage to purchase, I think 40, or bring back anyway, 48 books. So I thought we'd run through all of those, what ones I bought, what ones I am super eager to give a go, and show you some of the other stuff that I picked up while I was there. If you haven't had a chance to check out my Babe weekend vlog, Babe was ball gowns and books event, and it was held this year in Sydney from May 31st to June 1st. And I found out about it about 3 weeks before it was on and just decided, hey, why not? I'm going to book tickets, book a hotel, and head on over for my first ever book convention. I had so much fun. I did make some rookie errors, I will admit now, and I did ship some books back just because I didn't have anywhere near enough room in my luggage for what I found that I was interested in. I did pre-order some books from Helen Schurer before I went. She was how I found out about the event, and I've only just discovered her as an author via BookTube. So I was super excited that I was going to get to meet her and get my hands on some physical copies of her book. Now, Babe so far has been put on every couple of years. So the last one I think was in 2023. There were some rumors that this was going to be the last Babe event, which I hope not, because I had so much fun and I would just love to be able to go again. It's put together by two authors, Tate James and Jamin Eve, and they just did an epic job. It was so good. There were so many authors there. I still just have the map. I brought it back with me, just of the scale of the event. It was insane. And then the author list is just there. There were authors on here that I'd never heard of, some that I had. Probably didn't do enough research into the books that I was going to want, but I also wanted to just go and feel the vibe, see what was going on, see what was there, see what took my fancy. I'm not a huge romance reader. There was a lot of romance. I love fantasy though, and there was enough fantasy romance for me to pick up a fair few things. I did end up purchasing a ticket for the VIP night, which I am happy that I spent the money to do that, just because it gave me that extra time with less crowds that first night, just to get my bearings, figure out what was going on, and really loved it. I had so much fun. That was the night I decided to pick up my pre-orders, and I met Helen Schurer, and it was, in hindsight, without knowing what was going to happen the next day, it was definitely a better option doing that, just because the amount of people that were there the second day was insane. Also, because I did get a VIP ticket, we picked up a VIP bag, which was just awesome. Now I have unpacked this. I think I've tried to put everything back in here that was in the VIP bag, but I thought I'd just show you that first. So to begin with, when we got there, we were allowed a drink. So we got a glass, which I did end up bringing home with me. I don't drink, so I did get a mocktail, and it was very nice. I just then had to figure out how to get the cup back. Also within this VIP bag, we did get a copy of Dear Reader by Tate James and A Curse of Fate by Jamin Eve. Now, I haven't tried either of these authors before, so I will give these ones a go. It looks like Dear Reader is the first in a series called Devil's Backbone. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this one's a series too, I think. So it's the Shifter City Faded Mate series. So this is book one. They're both book one, which is handy. So I'll give them a go. I don't know if they're going to be for me. I haven't read the backs of these yet, but I'm eager to try. We also got I think it's a reading journal. Let's open it up together and have a look. I haven't had a good look at a lot of the stuff yet. I just haven't had time since I got back. So this is a Stephanie Holmes Kooky Spooky Romance. So it's just a notebook, and I love a good notebook, and especially a lined notebook at that. So that is going to come in extremely handy. Very happy with that. I think a lot of the authors just put little bits and pieces into these. So the big item that we got as well, we got a mug with all of the sponsored authors on the back, which is great. So it is a straw mug with a kind of connected straw in there. So that's just awesome, and I will hopefully put that to good use. So that was really good. In there as well, there was like this little makeup case. So I popped some of the extra goodies in here. This one is Leah Rivers, and then we got a fan, which depending on the weather will come in extremely handy. Let's see if I can open it out. So there we go. So that says on it, a touch of magic designs. So that's really cute. I did go to Japan last year and picked up, sorry, my eye is watering to no end today. I did go to Japan last year with one of my friends and picked up a fan there, which I do quite like. We also got a retractable, extendable charger kit, which is very handy, and that's Monster Romance with a Bite from Opal Renee. So that's always going to come in handy. We also got a file and tweezer set from Lexi Winston, which is great. Now, I've since been told that this is actually perfume. I originally thought it was hand sanitizer. I'm still not entirely all too sure, but this is from Elizabeth Knight, and it says strong, sassy, and sexy. And that's pretty much all it says. So if you know one way or the other, please let me know. I'm not sure. Alright. We got a little squeaky rubber ducky that has Tate James on it. Alright. Now this, I have no idea what this is. Some kind of ball. What is it? I have no idea what this is. So this is from Kayla Rain and Meg Ann. It says on there, sending good girls to their knees. Let's open it up. It does look like I should be able to open it. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to open it. It may forever remain a mystery because I can't get into it. Oh my god, why is that so hard? I have no idea, and I can't open it. Maybe a lip balm, I don't know. It won't open. So I'm not a big lip balm person. If that is a lip balm, it may be, I don't know. That's all I can think that it could possibly be at the moment. We also got some Megan Brandy, I think this is lip gloss. Let's see. Open that up, what color it is. Yeah, so I say that that is a lip gloss in bubblegum. Again, not a huge makeup person, but I know a lot of people are. I'll put it away somewhere, might use it one day. We got an eye mask, which is always handy, from Mila Young. I like the Howling Wolf on that. Oh, we got some annotation tabs. I don't annotate my books, but this one's from Anne Sinclair, The Union of Love and Madness. I do really like those covers, so if I ever get into it, I've got that. And then from Carrie and Ryan, we got a compact. So that's quite cute, like that. So that was pretty much everything in the VIP bag, which was really cool. I wasn't expecting it. There was also a voucher for that night to use at the cafeteria there, which is really handy. So that was $25 worth. Pretty much got my food for free, which was great. Oh, it opened. There you go. I just had to drop it. And yeah, it's a lip balm thing. So that's what was in that. Turns out you just got to drop it. Now I can't put it back together. In there as well, sorry, there was also a hairbrush by Devon Sinclair. It says romance for your wildest fantasies on the back. We also got given a selfie ring light, which you can attach to your phone, which will come in handy because I do film on my phone. as well as a little power bank by Atlas Rose, which you can never go wrong with a power bank. I do really like that. I'm pretty sure that was it for that bag. There were a couple of items that I did end up picking up from Dimmicks. I went to look at Dimmicks before I went to my hotel on the Saturday, and I did grab a couple of books. One was meant to be a gift for my mum. However, I didn't get a chance to give it to her when I got home, and she since went and bought it herself. I'm not entirely sure what to do with it now because it's like the second or third in the series. And that was Fiona McIntosh's Mirror Man, which is from her DCI Jack Hawksworth collection. I may end up just donating this to work. I really don't know what to do with it. I don't own any of the others. I did read Bye Bye Baby, which was the first one in this series last month, at some point lately, and I did quite enjoy it. I don't know that I enjoyed it enough that I want to own them, but it was a good time. So I will be continuing on with this series, so I might keep it until I get to it and then maybe donate it. We'll see, but I do have that one now. And then the one that I picked up specifically for me was Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, which I do really want to get to fairly soon if I can. I'm extremely eager to read this series. I've heard such great things about it and have had it on my want to read list since I found out particularly about the next book that she's just written, which was Air, and then realized that I needed to have read this series first. So this series is on my 25 series in 2025. So I am hoping to get to it this year, and thought that if I picked up a physical copy, I may be more likely to manage to get that read sooner. So really happy to have that one. They were the only ones I ended up purchasing from either of the two bookstores that I went to, just because I then realized I'm going to a book convention with a lot of authors and would still probably have an opportunity on the Sunday afternoon if I decided I wanted to go back to either of those bookshops after the event. So I just thought I'd make my way to the event, see what I could see there, pick up my pre-orders and go from there. I unfortunately cannot remember the order I did any of my purchasing in, other than that I picked up my pre-orders on the Saturday. I just went nuts and bought things whenever I found something that was interesting. So first off, we'll go through my pre-orders. So I'm extremely happy that I had pre-ordered these ones. I did just get the paperbacks in the end, and these have come all pre-signed. So from Helen Shearer, I got A Layer of Bones with Dagger and Song, The Fabric of Chaos, and To Wield a Crown, which is from her Siren Queen series. So I was really happy to get physical copies of those. I did just listen to the audio of all of those through April and May and absolutely loved my time with them. In preparation for continuing on with her, I did pick up the Legends of Thesmar series, which is Blood and Steel, Elves and Ruin, Fate and Fury, and Shadow and Storms. Very eager to get to those. Hopefully I'm going to enjoy them as much as the Siren Queen series, and I am currently in the middle of her Oromir Chronicles and really enjoying my time with that. So really loving Helen's writing and just looking forward to getting more into her series. One of the other authors that I met at the event was from New Zealand, and she was lovely, and we stood and chatted for a little while, and I just really liked the sound of her series, so I did pick them all up. So that was AJ Lancaster. This is a Starrel series, and the first one I got was The Lord of Starrel, and then we got book 2, which is The Prince of Secrets. Book 3 is The Court of Mortals. Book 4 is The King of Fairy. And then she had a queer kind of Regency-esque book that goes with this series but is still a standalone. So I picked that one up too, and it's called A Rake of His Own. And just really looking forward to getting to those. All of these books will end up in my game, and I hope that they will come up at some point soon. But she was just really lovely. These again are all signed. I'm pretty sure these ones I did get personalized. Really happy with that. She was lovely, and I'm really hoping that I like these books. Another author that I met, particularly that first night, I think, was Selena A. Fenech. And we, again, chatted for a while. She told me a bit about all of her books. And again, I picked up a whole series. So I think I probably did get caught up a little bit in the fun and the hype at the beginning. But all good. So this series is called the Shadow Dragon Saga. So the first book in that series is Curse of the Dragon Shadow. And then we have Legend of the Dragon Soul, Rise of the Dragon Swan, Blood of the Dragon Throne, Reign of the Dragon Born, and then last but not least, Secret of the Dragon Crown. And all of these have actually, she's sprayed the edges, which I really liked the look at. It's kind of understated. They've all got the same pattern, but I just thought that was really pretty too. She did also give me some kind of like overlay art prints that go within the books. I'm not entirely sure where, so hopefully it says somewhere. As well as a map just on like kind of a fabric piece of paper, which is really cool. As well, on top of that, as a tote bag. So I did get a few tote bags along my way as well, which was really handy. I ended up really needing them because I didn't have the trolley, which very rookie move. There was also a few little giveaway items on her bench. She's just got this feather pen, which I really liked. And I picked up, I think, some like little stickers and knickknacks at some of them. I'll go through a few of those, but I did get so many of those that we would probably be here for hours if I showed you all of that as well. One of the other authors that I have heard of but haven't actually tried any of her books yet was S.M. Gaither. Again, I went over, had a bit of a chat with her, had my photo taken, which I will include. But she was really lovely, and I ended up picking up Flame and Sparrow and the sequel, Ash and Feather, in these illustrated kind of art covers. They're slightly different than the originals, which I can pop up on screen. And then she did also have, I think this is a new book that's just come out, which is What Blooms from Death. So I picked that one up as well. She also gave me a lovely little tote bag, which was very nice. And I love the color of this one. So that was lovely. I was happy to add that to my tote bag collection. The rest of these are going to be in no particular order. I did grab a duology by Heather Renee called, what's the duology called? The Wolves of Lunara. So this one is A Curse of Shadows. And again, it has very pretty sprayed edges. I haven't taken the plastic off of these yet, which I will do. And then the second one in that one is A Crown of Fate. Again, very nice design on the edges, which was lovely. Actually, let's just take it out of the plastic. Now we can do that together and have a look inside and see if there's anything on the inside cover. Oh wow, yeah, okay. I'll take the plastic off the other one and we'll have a look at those together. I hadn't realized that it was fancy on the inside as well. So with A Curse of Shadows, we've got these lovely blue crowns on the end papers on both sides. And then the naked hardcover is got an illustrated art print. Spine. So if we try and hold that out, and it should hopefully, I think they're standing on a tree by a cave or something. That's really pretty. And then the back of the jacket cover is a map. So that's awesome. I really like that. That's very cool. Let's have a look at the other one. Again, these are signed inside as well. The Crown of Fates, we've got kind of reddy burgundy crowns on either side. And then, is that the same couple? I think that's a different woman, isn't it? Kind of a, there we go. So that's pretty. Again, on the back, we've got the map. So they're really cool. I'm really happy with those. Interested to see what they're about, whether I like the author or not. Again, I have never read anything from Heather Renee. A lot of these will be new authors for me. I haven't heard of them before. All I pretty much did was go around and read the back of the books, talk to the authors a bit, and find out if I thought that they would be interesting. The next one I picked up was from M. Sinclair, and that was Of Claws and Chaos, which I'm hoping will be good. It has some picture illustrations in there, as well as like really cool design on the beginning of every chapter, which is a lot of fun. I love it when people just add new, like, interesting stuff to books to make them interesting. And again, this one is signed. I did manage to meet a lot of these authors, which was really handy, so that was great. Had a chat with a lot of them. The next one I picked up, I have recently read a Chloe Hodge book in April. I read The Cursed and the Broken and did quite enjoy it. So I picked up the first one in another one of her series. So this is called A Sky of Storms. Now this one I think she wrote with Rebecca Cam. So that's going to be great. And I did pick up the hardback. And the naked hardback just has a really pretty design on the cover, which is great. So I do like a good color art. These ones I can get if I do enjoy this from Fiction and Friction in Mount Barker, which will be great. So it will be able to get my hands on more copies in this series if I need them. And this series is called The Tyrillian Trials. So I like a good trial story, so I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy that. She did also have a couple little free bookmarks to pick up, and I did grab those. One of the authors that I saw their name up for, and I was like, I know that name. Why do I know that name? I hadn't read anything by them. I don't know where I'd heard from them, and it took me a while, but I realized that I had recently just purchased an ebook of one of their books but hadn't got around to trying it yet, and that was A.K. Mulford. I did end up picking up her special edition copy of The Legacy of Witches, which I think is just a series of short novellas. It does have funky gold spray like foiled edges, which will look really great. Has a map in the front, and again it was signed. I had a big chat to her about her work, and lovely gold foiling on the naked hard jacket as well, and just decided that this was probably one of the best ones to pick up. I think the first book in this series is the one that I have on my iPad, so I will be able to get into that. I'm really looking forward to that, and I just think this is a really pretty edition. I think there were some editions that were specific to Babe. This may have been one of those. I wasn't going to be able to get it anywhere else, which is why I picked this up. There were a lot of bigger anthologies that a lot of the authors did. Because I haven't read or heard of most of the authors, I didn't pick those up specifically, and just kind of focused on the authors that I thought sounded interesting and their individual works. There was also a Harry Harthog stall there, which is just a bookseller that we do have in Adelaide. They've just opened up a new store at the Burnside Shopping Centre, which I am eager to get to. Haven't managed it yet, but it was handy that they were there because they were selling older series of the authors that were at the event, which was really handy because the authors could only bring so much stock with them, and generally they had their new or special edition books there. So one of the authors that was there, Melissa K. Rorick, I have heard so much about her recently on BookTube and just around in general, and had been meaning to try her books. So I picked up from Harry Harthog Lady of Darkness, which is the first in her, maybe it's just a Lady of Darkness series. Anyway, the first in the series, so that I could go and then get it signed by her. She did also, again, lots of them had cute little giveaway things that I popped in the book. This one just had the rundown of the series and when the new one was coming out. So I grabbed a few little things from there. Also on that stand, they had this lovely edition of Silver Elite by Danny Francis. with the blue sprayed edges, and they just caught my eye. I've heard a lot about it and I just thought I really want to give this a go. It sounds really interesting. It's had a lot of chat online and I just wanted to see what I was going to think about it. So I did grab that one. Danny Francis obviously was not there. No one knows who Danny Francis is. If you don't know much about it, it has been discovered that Danny Francis is a pen name for an author that is already fairly successful, but this is a dystopian and they'd never written a dystopian before. Apparently they are a Canadian author, though no one knows exactly who they are. So a bit of intrigue going on there, but eager just to see if I like it. Also at Harry Harthog, I did pick up a hardback special edition. So it's just got, again, got the blue sprayed edges, and that was of Leah Stone's The Lost Dragon King. Now, this one I did go and then meet Leah and get this signed, and I hope I am saying your name right. And she was lovely as well. And it wasn't until I got back home that I realized when my friends and I went shopping the other week to Dimmicks, they had a sale area and I'd picked up The Last Dragon King in the sale area in paperback. So completely didn't twig that I had purchased the same book. This one I will probably again end up giving to the library. It only cost me $10. It wasn't too bad. Again, and there were lots of cool little giveaway bookmarks on Leah's stall that I picked up that just has some character art, which was really pretty, and then one of her whole series. Another book that I picked up that I thought I would give a go is by an author called Rebecca Gray, and that's called A Cursed Hunt, which I'm hoping will be great. Again, black sprayed edges, which I am really liking any kind of sprayed edge at the moment on my books, so hopefully that one is good. We then picked up one by Amanda Pillar called A Court of Tangled Threads. I like the skull design on that one, and hopefully all of those are going to be lots of fun. One of the stalls that I went to was called Book of the Wick, I think. And they had a heap of candles for sale. So you could get 3 for, I don't know, a certain amount of money. So I did end up picking 3 of those, and they've just come in these cool little boxes. So I got one that was called Morally Grey is my favorite color. Dark, broody, emotionally unavailable. Yep, he's the love interest. And then the last one I picked up was Wing Leaders, High Lords, and Alpha Holes. So they obviously all relate to different books. I don't know if it tells you more on the actual candle itself. So let's just open one and have a look. I did obviously get to smell all these. So this one is pineapple smoothie, which I've been really enjoying the smell of pineapple lately in candles. And that's the Morally Grey is my favorite color. These are soy wax candles that are hand poured in Sydney, Australia. They will have a 24-hour burn and they're 60 ounces or 180 mils. Really eager to have that one go on at one point. For Wing Leaders, High Lords, and Alpha Holes, we have African Mango Rubius. Again, I can just remember these smelling, yeah, just really fruity. I don't know what it is about the fruity flavors lately. They're just really appealing to me. And last but not least, on this stall, we got the dark, fruity, and emotionally unavailable. And that is Spruce and Apple Cider. So, yeah. Looking forward to burning them at some point and having that smell around the room. I also did pick up, it has slowly come apart, Blind Date with a book. So I thought that we could open this together. So this has come with this cute little card on the front that says, a secret academy, a hidden power, and a boy she can't stop thinking about. The spice level is 1 chili pepper, so it's mild, subtle romantic threads in a fantasy setting. This book was released in 2015 and it has a rating of 4.50 stars. The tropes are magical, school, and slow burn, which is right up my alley. And the genre is a YA fantasy. So I just thought it'd be fun. I'd bring this back and we could open it up together. So that's attached. They also did include a pen, a bookmark, and some annotation tabs. And it was just so much fun. There was so many on the table to choose from with interesting little quotes. And I just thought it was a really interesting idea, and I would pick up one that I didn't necessarily know what it was going to be. So we're going to find out together. I haven't sneak peeked even though it is open. Oh, yeah, Arcane. Now I have actually read this. This is by Lynette Noni, and I have been eyeing off a box set from Big W of these. I did really enjoy this book. It has got a little bit dented on the way home, I think. So I think that was me. This is a really good series. If you haven't read this already, I do highly recommend it. I listened to the audio of all of these and really enjoyed my time with them. Lynette Noni is an Australian author who I got to meet a couple of months ago now. She came on a tour for her new book, Wandering Wild, and she was lovely. And really looking forward to trying more of the books that she's written. So this is really, I don't own this one, so this is a good pick that way. But I still think I may possibly pick up the box set and then maybe give this one to the library, but we will see. Okay, so we're on the last stack of books that I picked up. So these are all by the same author. I have never read this author before, and I was just there and chatting with her, and she had a heap of hardback special editions. Though when I spoke to her on the first night, she was missing 2 of them and had said that she possibly had them in her car and would bring them out the next day if I came back. And then when I went back the next day, she ended up having 1 full set left. So I ended up deciding just to buy the whole thing so that I could have a full set of the hardbacks. So the author in question is Montana Ash. This is her first book in her Elemental Paladin series, and that is Warden. I just really, liked the covers. I thought they were really pretty. And then these gorgeous sprayed edges. I am kind of a sucker for a sprayed edge. You give me a spray edge and I'm probably gonna pick it up. She did go through and sign all these for me while we were chatting, but they were just really pretty. We then have Paladin, and again you can just see the shine on the cover, and they're just gonna look really good on my shelf together, I think. So third in that series is Shade. And I love all the different colors she's used for the series. It just looks really pretty. We then have Ranger. Again, a slightly different edge. Really pretty. Number 5 is Custodian. Again, can't go wrong with purple, I don't think. Number 6 in the series is Revolution. Then we have Reckoning, Eden. They look so pretty, and they're just going to look so good together. Evolution, a kind of bluey grey color. And last but not least in this series, we have Faith. So when they're all together, they're going to just look epic. She did have another new standalone, which she'd done out in a special edition in a paperback, which is called Rise. So I did pick that one up as well. So again, really pretty design on the pages. I just had a really great time. I probably did buy slightly too many books, and the reason this haul is so late is one of the boxes that I shipped ended up going to WA, and I ended up with another lady's books. So luckily we only had to swap one way. She had mine, I had hers. I'm just so happy that I did manage to get my hands back on my box. just because I had split most of my series over the 2 boxes to even out the weight. So I was extremely happy that I did manage to get those back. So slightly different angle now, because I wanted to just show you a couple of the other extra things I picked up. So this t-shirt that I'm wearing, I got from the Arcane Society, and it just says Dark Fantasy Readers Club, and I just thought it was really pretty. It was the last of the blue navy ones left, and it was actually on the mannequin, and the lady behind the counter was good enough to get it off for me, so I was really happy about that. And then I did pick up this just flying key necklace that I just found really appealing. I really liked that. I did end up having to change the chain on it because the chain was really magnetic for some reason, but I've changed it to a proper silver chain now, and it's been great. I've been wearing it pretty much every day since I got back. I did pick up another candle, which is similar to the ones, I think I may even have picked this up from Fiction and Friction stand there, even though I can go there whenever I want. This one is called Lost in Fictional Worlds, and the scent in this is lemon verbena, rose, geranium, fire, and spice. And again, it's just that fruity, sweet flavor, like smell. And I think that's just going to be really fun to have on while I'm reading at some point. Like I said, I got a heap of extra little gifty things, like just so much stuff. There were bookmarks. I got like packs of little collector things. I got some really cute little stickers and sticker packs, which is so great. This really cute little reading bookmark, which I just loved. There's so much stuff that, yeah, there was so many little stands and bookmarks and sticker things. And I just picked up all the ones that I just thought I might use in something. I think I might put some of them in the back of my Kobo in the clear case and that kind of stuff, like I've seen a lot of people do, which is kind of appealing. So that is my aim at the moment. There was one really cute sticker, where is it, that I wanted to show you. Is it them? Yeah, this is them. I annoyingly can't remember what series it's from. I have a feeling it's from the Selena series. I'm not entirely sure, but these were just so cute and I just absolutely loved them. And just like, I can't wait to meet these characters if these are characters in one of the books. I ended up finding another one someone had dropped on the floor, so I just picked that up. Oh, and I really love this one. My hoard. so many cool little knickknacks and that kind of stuff that was available that everyone had out. Overall, I just had an absolutely awesome time. I'm really happy with all the books I picked up and I can't wait to read them all. I do definitely need to majorly rearrange my shelving now. I think I do have another couple of bookcases out in my lounge room that I think I might bring in here and just do a complete rearrangement of everything that I have. I may end up having to go out and buy more bookcases. I'm not entirely sure at the moment. I will possibly film that for you. We'll see how we go. But overall, extremely happy with what I picked up. And have you read any of them? Do you know any of these authors? What did you think? I'm really eager to get to all of them. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more from me, I release a video once a week at least. So please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. If you come across any book conventions or anything like that, please let me know. I would love to go to more. I do know that Rare is coming in November. I don't know that I would make it to that. And I think that that is slightly more romance based, but I'm not entirely sure. I might do a bit of research, but anything you hear about, I would love to know. You get so many in like America and Europe and England that it'd be so good. So any Australian based ones for now, I will try and get to, but we'll see how we go. If you'd like to, I have linked down below my Goodreads, my Storygraph and my Instagram. So please feel free to come and follow me over on those. And I'm trying to get better with posting on my Instagram. We'll see how we go. I just hope that wherever you are having a really wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.